if you had any hope about the Fantastic Four series being good, the new one that's coming out where the speculation is they're going to have Pedro Pascal be Reed Richards, which is awful because you actually had a good cast for Reed Richards and then you killed him off for that shitty Wanda bullshit. Okay, digressing back to the topic at hand here. Yeah, no, this is going to be absolutely horrible. We've got multiple people explaining how they're trying to put it in alternate universes and different origin stories and not an origin story. We're just going to make whatever the hell we want up is exactly what they're saying. So let's take a look at this because if you haven't abandoned all hope on this series yet, you should right now. So in an Entertainment Weekly interview, we got this lovely quote right here. One of the ways we're making it our own thing is we're not telling the story of them going up and being changed and starting our story. There's a lot of well-known narrative that leads into that moment, right? And then you're making up your new story starting basically at the end of the first act. And we thought, well, let's just start this thing off on a completely new foot, so we are beginning after that. So they're skipping the origin story. Now that in itself isn't a problem. What's a problem is what comes next. For some, this might raise alarms. I don't need origin stories for superheroes all the time. This isn't something new, so I can understand why some people would be skeptical about this. But it gets worse, especially after Kevin Feige's announcement that the film will take place in an alternate universe. Using the multiverse angle could work if done right in adherence with the source material. All right, so we're going to break this down. We're going to break this down real quick. Kevin Feige, multiverse, source material. They're not going to use source material. They're going to make this shit up as they go. And they're going to use the multiverse to cope with anybody who has problems with how they're going to change the Fantastic Four. Because all we got to do is look at Feige's track record of the movies and TV shows he's put out. I mean, hell, let's look at it. Marvel Studios assembled, Agatha All Along, X-Men 97, Echo, Marvel Studios Legends, Loki, The Marvels, I Am Groot, Secret Invasion. Like, the only good thing I see on here is Deadpool and Wolverine. Like that's it. That's it. Like this dude's awful. He's done flop after flop. And look, there's something to be said, and I think they've named it in this article. Oh yeah, they did. So Matt Shakman previously directed WandaVision, absolute disaster, but he also directed episodes of The Great, It's Always Sunny in Philly, Fargo, and Game of Thrones. Some absolute bangers that are hilarious and good. And then some absolute disasters. Him combined with Kevin Feige in the multiverse sounds like the worst idea in the history of mankind. I want none of it. Absolutely none of it. While these credentials are decent, the fact that he worked on WandaVision, yep, absolutely. The series focused on Wanda, because she was a strong, independent woman crying about fucking a robot. And a fucking robot. Fucking a robot and a fucking robot. Yeah, that literally sums up the entire show. The show was well received by critics, but divisive by Marvel. Yeah, nobody liked it. It was garbage. All right, so they go on to say Ben Grimm's actor, Eben Moss Backrack, shared some of the details about his experience on set. It's clobbering time. I slipped it in there a couple times. The actor replied with a mischievous grin. Why are you doing this? Okay, from what he said, it's possible the director might choose to omit the catchphrase entirely. If true, it doesn't bode well for the film or Ben Grimm. No. Like, again, what I said at the beginning. If you're taking the source, they're going to take the source material and throw it out and use skin suits of the Fantastic Four to make some crazy bullshit multiverse show because Robert Downey Jr., it's all garbage. Julia Garner remarks on her take on the Silver Surfer, which I don't think anybody's denied that they're trying to make the Silver Surfer female now. I'm trying to remember because it's been a while since I've covered that. Because I remember joking about them hiring Lizzo, but apparently she's starting to get skinny, so maybe they'll pick Rosie O'Donnell to be a Silver Surfer. In her own interview, I can't really speak a lot about the project. All I can say is just I'm very lucky to have part in the project, and the Fantastic Four are fantastic. They are amazing in this. I'm very excited for the people to see them. I'm assuming the Silver Surfer is going to be really shiny, like the other previous ones in comic books. Okay, so not a whole lot there. It's just, it's a lot of them telling us it's going to be shit again. Like every time somebody opens their mouth about this, it's nothing anybody wants to see. It's quite opposite. And sure, the MCU fans are cheering, but I just did a video on how none of them matter and they're not helping Disney and everything's going to be an abject failure. So what they say doesn't matter. Anybody who hates that anybody saying this is going to be fantastic is an absolute liar, and their opinion doesn't matter because they don't even watch the shows. And like looking back on it, maybe we were too harsh on the Fantastic Four movie that came out in 2005. Like maybe we were a little too harsh. Maybe that was actually the best we're gonna get. I mean, it did have Jessica Alba in it, so let's be fair. Give them props where they deserve it. But like now we're looking at stuff and we're like, this is gonna be garbage. From the first time they announced the movie, it's like this is gonna be garbage, and it just gets worse and worse as production goes along, and everybody starts saying everything about the movie. It's like I don't want to watch any of this. You know, it's time to reject modernity and embrace tradition. But I want everybody to leave their thoughts in the comments section. While you're there, guys, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out. Until the next one, guys, be easy like Sleazy.